and I'm here with the little video I promised about making modifications for child's pose. I'll demonstrate child's pose in a second, but first I wanted to introduce you to my props. So, to modify poses in yoga, we use yoga blankets, yoga blocks, bolsters, things like that. So I have a couple of those things out, but most of us don't have yoga props, right? So I brought out a few other things that you can use instead. A Kleenex box can go a long way towards being a yoga block. I've even seen people use rolls of toilet paper. If you don't have a yoga blanket, a rolled up bath towel or small blanket works just as good. Another way to make a block is to take a bath towel. I folded it in thirds and rolled it up and put a rubber band around it to hold it. And it's, relatively the same size as a block. Another thing you can use instead of a bolster is a pillow. So I have one of my throw pillows for my couch here. All right, now that you've been introduced to some makeshift props, I'm going to show you child's pose. So traditionally, this is child's pose. Child's pose is a wonderful pose for scoliosis because it lengthens and stretches the spine. It lengthens and stretches the muscles that support the spine, thereby relaxing the back. And if any of you have that pulling or that gripping sensation that scoliosis or even sitting too long in your office chair can create, the idea of relaxing the back is a nice one. So, some issues we run across as the traditional yoga resting pose. It's not always comfortable for everyone, and it's not always possible either. And this can be because of knee issues, it can be because of tightness along the tops of the feet and ankles. For scoliosis, it can be from the back itself. If there's some height differences, a rib hump or uneven shoulders. So some of the ways we can modify. The most complaints I hear in child's pose are the tops of the feet and ankles. So a way to get away from that, or to improve that, is to take your towel or your blanket, roll it up, and place it under the ankles. And when you come forward, it takes all that stretch and pressure out of there. So that's one modification. Another complaint I hear a lot, are the knees. If there's any knee issues, it can hurt to stretch back that far or to even try. So another place you can place that towel or blanket is behind the knees. And then once again, stretch forward. You can also have one at both places, under the ankles and behind the knees. A pillow works for this as well. And that actually feels really nice. All right, so what if your head doesn't come to the ground? Well, one thing you can do if you need a little bit more space is take your knees wider. But for a lot of us, that doesn't change it. And we don't want to have the head hang because when the head hangs, the muscles in the neck and shoulders grip and hold to support the weight of the head, thereby creating more tension when what we're trying to do is release tension. So you want to support your forehead. It could be a block or a Kleenex box or your little towel roll. Whatever it is, it's designed to take that work out of the neck and shoulder muscles. Now, with some issues in the shoulders, like I said, it could be the uneven shoulders from scoliosis, the rib hump. For some of us, it's a rotator cuff issue. So we've all got stuff going on, right? So a nice way to support yourself, and again, it could be the Kleenex boxes or the toilet paper rolls, is to rest your hands and your forehead. And if you don't need a prop behind the knees, you could even, depending on which side is higher, have one arm up and one arm down. So there are lots of ways to support ourselves in child's pose. And remember, the benefits of child's pose, especially for scoliosis, the stretching and releasing of the back. There's also a benefit of really focusing on nice deep belly breaths, which are very calming. It's a good pose. So I hope if you have any discomfort in it, that some of these modification ideas helped.